Hey guys, just a quick guitar tip. I was thinking melodic minor on the brain, and I know a lot of you know this, but if you don't, this is just one way to treat a dominant chord. Like let's just say ninth chord. Let's put this one in F, and let's drop it down to E. And we'll treat this as a 5 to where it's coming back to, let's bring it back to minor some more. So this chord is not really functioning as a 5 chord in the respect that it's bringing us back to the 1. But the E9 is. So the way, this is just one way to play over both of them, because there's a lot of ways to play over these. One way I can play over this is I can think of the 2-5 relationship, because I know, the same scale, same notes. So I know if I play A Mixolydian, it's going to be the same as E Dorian. So I know if someone plays this, and I go up to this E and I play E melodic minor, it's gonna fit, So, so when I see a dominant chord, sometimes I see the in this case, it's just right above it. So let's say we've got this F9, but it's not bringing us home yet. We can always go to its 2, in this case would be C, and we can always play a melodic minor over that C. So then when we get to the E, we can play the melodic minor a half step above to make it the altered scale. Then A. So again, we can always play the melodic minor over a 9th chord. We can do a lot of other stuff. I'm just thinking melodic minor. And then if I get to that 5, I'm going to play it. I'm going to just think of it as a half step above it. So next to each other, we would go. I'm sorry. So one more time. So that was basically just it, you guys. Sometimes these 9th chords or dominant chords show up, and sometimes they show up in key, and sometimes they show up from another key, but they're not bringing you home. You can always, that's just one option. There's so many options, but that is just one option. But I use it quite a bit, especially over an altered. If I see this, I know that because outside in music, outside relates to outside, especially when you're being theoretically correct, which we are right here. So this is outside. So I'm going to go play the melodic minor over basically here. And it's going to be an outside. So because it's outside and the chord's outside, it's going to sound even better than straight. Heck, that was just diminished but it was outside. You know, outside. So outside does relate to outside. Now all I did there was play the melodic minor. So in all reality, I could have went right into D, because that would have been a 5. So I could have went. What did I do now? Oh. In a blues, or just play it over a. We're just gonna step outside, over outside. So, I'm not sure that playing the melodic minor above is the greatest idea to play over a scale, but you could definitely get away with it over a dominant. I mean, you can get away with it. It just wouldn't be one of my favorite sounds. Because also, just because outside relates to outside and you can get away with it doesn't mean you should do it. There are a lot of players that are just going, well, if I take this outside pattern that means nothing and I play it against this outside pattern that means nothing, but I resolve it, you know, that's what disasters are made of. I believe if you're going to play outside, make it count. Don't, you know, in other words, don't, what I just did, yeah, you can get away with it. Do I think it's the greatest outside idea? Absolutely not. You know, I would much rather go to the E. You know, for one, I'm outside, but I'm still relative to the chords, so it sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot more cohesive. I created the tension, but I'm in the right key versus just playing melodic minor a half step above. It just sounds, well, okay, it sounds outside, but it doesn't sound as musical. So, anyway, so at F dominant, we could play C minor, C melodic minor, right? To E, to A. Now before we get out of here, I just want to show you guys something. I was messing around with a 1-6-2-5, and I took this and I went to E, to A, to D, to G, to C, and then I started messing around. I thought, well, okay, I can play this. That means I can play the tritone, and this. I'll play this tritone. I'll just make this a dominant. This I'll make dominant. And theoretically, that actually, believe it or not, is a 1-6-2-5. So, make a long story short, I'm like mixing and matching and going to whatever relates, what, you know, that is musically sound. Like how many, and I mean the amount of 1-6-2-5s, you know, 1-6-2-5, 1-6-2-5, 6-2-5, 1-6-2-5. Let's see, 1-6-2-5, 1-6, 1-6-2-5. I mean, there's just that, and then those variations in there. But I stumbled across one that I wanted to share with you guys, and we'll throw it in E. So instead of 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, it sounds like this. It's going to go 1. So and I just really liked it because even if we're in A, it doesn't matter what we resolve to. So in E, you guys don't even want me to backwards engineer this. You don't know how many chords, tritones, but anyway, for E we can start in G sharp minor. Then we're just going to jump to C sharp, sharp 9 dominant. Then we're just going to drop down to C major 9. And then we're going to F sharp flat 5. Then to E. So it's so anyways, it's just one of I just sit around you guys and work on all these weird combinations. But that one right there, I just thought, well, you know what, that is, I need to share that because it just sounds great in every key. What the heck? Sorry guys. Now I gotta play it again. And I always see that B mixolydian right in there. Anyways, well, that was supposed to be a tip. I was going to go ahead. So 13 minutes later, now I'm going to have to put this jazz ideas, you guys. But as usual, thank you so much for coming by and putting up with my rants and my thoughts and and everything. And I always wish you guys and girls and women and ladies and llamas, just a beautiful day, night. Just have a good one, Don't take life too serious. Alright, you guys have a good one.